Hey everybody, it's Tammi Van Hollander, and I am so psyched to be here with my good buddy Beth Ritchie, who is so creative and always providing amazing resources. So today, this is a big resource. This is on special time. We know that special time is the most important for the parent-child relationship. Rather than all the different interventions, the importance of special time is sacred, and we believe so strongly in this that this is a video for clinicians to go through the PowerPoint, and Beth is going to talk to you how you guys can all receive this PowerPoint to use in telehealth sessions to be able to train parents in doing special time. Beth and I both come from some different trainings that we're really plugging in all the things we love. I'm coming at it from I'm going to be plugging in a little bit of nurtured heart approach, some child parent relationship therapy. Beth is going to be talking about some PCIT. But bottom line, we are really just highlighting what are the most important ways to be able to teach parents special time, or to share this video with parents for them to really be able to understand how important special time is.
That's great. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go through this as if you're using this in your telehealth session directly with a parent to teach them how to do special playtime during this stressful time that we are all home together. Special playtime is unique from just regular playtime. It can help lower anxiety in children. It can help strengthen the parent-child bond. It's very helpful at increasing self-esteem. It can reduce tantrum behaviors, reduce sibling jealousy, and increase creativity.
Why play? Play is the language of children. Play is how kids make sense of the world. Why me? In the nurtured heart approach, we say that you are the child's most important toy. You are the most important presence in your child's world. Your presence, connection, and love are superpowers.
All right. And in my work with parents, I really like to use examples of like a love tank or a power tank or a love bucket, a power bucket, which helps get the point across to them that children need refilling. And in particular, they don't have a lot of control over their lives, and they often feel that lack of power. Sometimes kids also hear a lot of corrections and negativity about either them or their behaviors, and that can also take a toll. And those are things that either empty their tank or empty their bucket. And I just explained that when tanks are low, you'll see more acting out and connection-seeking behaviors. When tanks are filled, you'll see the child at their best self. So special playtime specifically addresses filling both the love tank and the power tank.
And one other thing I would say about this is when we're doing it with parents, or if a parent is watching this, to also really be asking the parent, or if you are the parent, asking yourself, what fills your love tank?
All right, so here is what makes special playtime different than just a regular parent-child play session. In special playtime, the child leads the play. They're essentially the play boss. It's between the parent and the child one-on-one, so it's not a family group activity. It's just one-on-one. It's really important to unplug and to silence your phones, turn off the TV. It's also important to schedule it daily. It can be as little as 10 minutes, but you can certainly do up to 30 minutes a day. And the play focuses on toys that don't really have a lot of rules because it's supposed to be child-led expressive play. And the caregivers are using specific engagement techniques, which we will cover in just a minute. Okay, and during special playtime, you want to really focus on specific supplies that don't have intended rules that you have to follow. So things that are more imaginative and that encourage creativity, such as dolls, building blocks, Legos, cars, animals, arts and crafts, play food, Play-Doh. You also want to try to avoid things that may be very stressful, such as very messy things. So if it's too messy for you, that it'll stress you out, that's not something you want to have available during special playtime. You also want to avoid video games, reading books, and board games that you have to follow the rules.
Right. And so board games could be used in other activities if the child is making the rules. So if you have a board game, it's letting the child decide what the rules are of of the board game. So that's an important piece too. We're just following the child's lead.
Even if they make it like completely different, as long as it's they're leading the play. All right.
So, like I had said, engagement skills. So, these are the best ways to really engage with children. And most importantly, we really have to follow their lead. We want to stick with the themes of their play. So, if they're talking about, if they're in their play and have a certain story to tell, we don't want to change up their story in any way. We want to just follow exactly where their story is going and really trust the process of that. We also let the child decide what the activity is going to be during the special time.
Another one of the skills that we encourage the parents to use during special playtime is reflection. And we as therapists are very familiar with it, but it's important to teach parents that it's essentially repeating or paraphrasing what their child has said while trying not to be a parrot about it. You also want to say what you're seeing as you're seeing it, and if possible, avoid interpretation of their play.
Attunement. This is a really important one. We really want to match the child's intensity. So, within their play, if they're feeling really energetic, you want to match that and you want to be that energetic. And if the child's feeling less energetic and more quiet, you want to match that as well. You really want to read the child's energy during the play.
Another engagement skill to use during special playtime for parents is praise. Kids love praise. That really fills their love tank, and you want to use specific praises for positive behavior. Such examples such as, like, I really love how creative you are, or I'm so impressed with how tall you built that building. Whatever it is that you find value in or that they're doing well, to give them a specific praise for that.
Have fun. This is an important one. And to be genuine. So, if you are being told that you have to do this playtime, right, every day for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and it's on the schedule, and you've had a really hard day and there's other things going on, or then you really need to be able to be in a good headspace and you may need to change the time. Parents really need to be practicing their own grounding techniques to be able to reset, be in the right frame of mind to be able to do the special time. Kids are very smart and they know if you're not in that headspace. So it's really important to be clearing your mind before you go into that special time with your child, to truly be genuine and for you to both be truly enjoying this play together.
Absolutely. All right. These are also very important components of special playtime, are things that parents want to avoid in order to make it as therapeutic and supportive of a playtime as possible. The number one thing, and which is hardest for parents, is to avoid asking questions. Children get asked a tremendous amount of questions, and it's nice to just have a break sometimes. And so during special playtime is when those questions are kept out of it and you're just really following the child's lead. And that's tricky because it even includes such things as a lilt at the end of your sentence, such as "that's blue." That's actually a question. So you really want to try to minimize that. You also want to minimize and avoid giving any sort of command, because that takes the attention away from the child and it takes the control away from the child. So saying something such as, "No, do it this way," or, "Oh, it would be better if you did it like this." Try to avoid that to keep the play in the child's control.
You want to avoid criticizing or correcting the child. You want to keep it positive. So you don't want to say you're doing it wrong or you should do it this way or that's a bad idea. Those are things we don't want to be negative in any way. And it's really important to recognize if the child is beating Winnie the Pooh up in the sandbox or their play is becoming a little more aggressive. It's better for them to be aggressive within their toys than to be fighting with their sibling or to be fighting with another child on the playground. It is okay for them to be in a safe way playing out whatever they need to play out, and we need to provide that safety for them. Number 4, remember to stay in the play. We want to stay in imagination and not be talking about school and not making it a learning lesson. So if the two characters may be fighting, we do not want to be the ones to try to problem solve it. What you will see as you are doing this, that many of us play therapists know, is if we trust the process, the children will eventually get to that point where they are able to problem solve it all on their own without you directing the play in any way. So we need to trust that and let them play out just what they need to.
Absolutely. All right, and handling problem behaviors during special playtime. Fancy terms, selective attention, which just means ignoring those more irritating behaviors, maybe sassing or whining or something else that's disruptive. You really want to kind of remove your attention away from it, very non-emotional, and then when they start engaging in positive behavior.
Okay, so then we're gonna pause and pounce, another nurtured heart word. We have a lot of different words in nurtured to heart, but it's really this idea of if the child is acting out, we are not giving attention to it. We're literally just pushing a pause button. And the second they are literally like back online or looking at you or not throwing a toy, that is when we were pouncing, and we are pouncing with praise and giving them positive recognitions at that time. So as soon as your child stops the irritating behavior, praise the positive behavior they're doing. I like how you're sitting on the floor with me. I like how you're using a quiet voice.
Excellent. And this beautiful poem.
I love this poem. Anybody who's been to my workshops know that I use this poem in every workshop to end my poem, because I think it's just a perfect way to end the poem or end this slideshow. I tried to teach my child with books. He gave me only puzzle books. I tried to teach my child with words. They passed him by, often unheard. Despairingly, I turned aside. How shall I teach this child? I cried. Into my hand he put the key. Come, he said, play with me.
It's beautiful. All right, and so a copy of this presentation can be downloaded for free from my website, which is bethritchiecounseling.com. We'll put a link to it in the YouTube video, and you can click on it, and there is a free download section where you can find this PowerPoint as well as another interactive telehealth PowerPoint for children. You can also find lots of amazing information at Tammi's website, which is mainlineplaytherapy.com, which also will have a link. And then these are our references.
We have our references. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this and share the importance of special time, whether we're in a pandemic or we're not in a pandemic. It needs to be just scheduled. So if you're a parent who is watching this right now, have it on your calendar, have it a part of that time. And if you have 2 kids or several other kids, have a time, if you have a partner, when your partner is home, and to be able to not have that time interrupted at all, because this is a one time. We talked about control, and that there are so many things right now in this world we can't control. And for kids, they often feel like they have no control. So when they are able to have this special time on a regular basis and have that control and have that nurturing and have that relationship one-on-one, it's kind of the magic medicine. Wouldn't you say, Beth?
Absolutely. Yeah, it goes a long way. You know, the parents are the most important people.
Yeah, so thank you guys, and stay tuned. And Beth, thank you for offering this great PowerPoint, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Take care.